Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, good evening to you all. Welcome to Baku Toastmaster meeting 353. We are gathered here tonight to enjoy and learn from each other. So let us enjoy the meeting. May I ask Baku Toastmaster Club President Toastmaster Muhammad Ali to call a meeting 353 to order, please.
Thank you, Sergeant Tatar, Toastmaster Habib. I call meeting BTMC meeting number 353 to order.
In line with Babco culture, we start every meeting with a shake movement, and the shake stands for safety, health, environment and quality. Tonight, shake movement will be delivered by Toastmaster Lulwa Zayani.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Can you all guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so first I'd like to thank you all for giving me this opportunity to do the shake moment. Our topic today will be about driving in rain. So we all saw the heavy rains that Bahrain witnessed before almost 2 weeks, which led to massive floodings in roads and houses. And that brought our daily lives in many areas to a standstill. Unfortunately, here in Bahrain, we have some low-lying residential area. And so some of the houses were left flooded. So we all probably saw the pictures that were spreading all over the social media of the floating furniture in the houses. And I could share pictures of the floating furniture that Bahrain witnessed in the chat if you're interested to see. Okay, they should be in the chats. So yeah, can you guys see the pictures in the chat? Okay, so, and also it's the same case for roadways, where not all roadways are structured to bear that amount of rain. And therefore, many roads were waterlogged. So why are we facing this issue here in Bahrain while it's raining? And also, like, why are we facing this issue here in Bahrain while this is not the case for other countries who's having a much higher amounts of rain? So this could be related to two factors. One factor is geography, wherein in dry areas such as GCC, the soil cannot absorb that much of rainfall, which leads to puddles and large streams of water. And the other factor could be related to infrastructure, where there's insufficient capacity in the drainage system. But yeah, anyways, I'm not here to judge the infrastructure or either the geography, so let us focus on the main topic, which is driving in rain. So heavy rain can massively impact the vehicle movements. One example is that the driver can easily lose control of the vehicle while it's raining, and the likelihood of losing control increases with speeding up the vehicle. So try to always drive slowly and safely while it's raining. And not only driving in a running water is dangerous, even driving through a standing water is risky. For example, the water puddles might have some hidden debris inside of them, and that debris might get stuck in your car, causing a breakdown to your car. So to sum up, what are the solutions for all of that? Like, there are simple steps that we all could take to minimize such an accident. For example, we first have to turn on the windshield wiper and the headlight of the car for a better vision. And always remember to slow down, drive safely and carefully, and avoid crossing roads that are overflooded. And also try to increase the following distance between your car and the surrounded car. And yeah, so these are the points that I have now. So always bear these points in your mind while you're driving through a raining weather. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lolwazayana, for a valuable short moment. And now, may I call the grammarian, BTM Khalid Abdallah, to explain your role and introduce the word of the day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sergeant. Good evening once again to everyone. For the benefit of the guests and our new members, the grammarian is a person who has two parts in his role. The first part, I would be watching over your overall grammar, and toward the end, I would just suggest few improvements, if at all I caught anything to be improved. And then, of course, I'll highlight the good use of English. The other part would be to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day for today is shilly-shally. It's an adverb, an adjective, and a noun. All of them would be the same thing, shilly-shally. When it is used as a verb, you can say shilly-shallied or shilly-shallying. The meaning of the word: to show hesitation or lack of decisiveness or resolution. And let me give you from where this came. Shall I? When you just don't know what to do, it may feel as if asking that question twice will somehow help you decide. Then the 17th century saw the use of the phrase stand shall I to describe vacillation or indecision. By that century's end, the phrase has been altered to shall I, or shall I. Most likely because people just liked the vowel alteration. Soon after, it became shilly-shally. So that's where the word came from. Let me just give you some examples. We are suffering now from shilly-shally in this matter. He ought to be proud of it, and he ought to condemn this shilly-shally policy, which we have had so far. They do not want to shilly-shally and hang around. I encourage you to all use the word shilly-shally, but definitely not act as shilly-shally. Over to you, Sergeant.
Thank you, BTM Khalid Abdallah, for explaining the word of the day. Now it's the time to hear from the President to start the meeting. Could you please help me put your hand together and welcome the club President, TM Muhammad Ali, to start the meeting.
Thank you, Sergeant Tatar. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, and may you have a happy new year. Welcome to the first BTMC meeting of the year 2022. May this year bless you and your loved ones with health, prosperity, and happiness. We come to this meeting 5 days after BTMC Club Champions participation in Area 14 contest. So I would like to take this moment to congratulate our champions who will be representing BTMC in the division contests in all the 4 contests, as we had 2 first place awards, 2 second place awards, and 1 third place award. So congratulations to our champions who qualified, and also good job to the contestants who could not qualify but still participated in the area contest. So we are really proud of you and wish you all the best in the contests in March. With every new year, a lot of people come up with resolutions. How many of us have New Year resolutions? Maybe on a raise of hand, I can see if we have some of the members having any New Year resolutions. I can see Gopi. Only Gopi, huh? All right.
We have biannual resolution.
I can see also Toastmaster Muhammad Jabbar. All right. The thing with New Year resolutions is that a lot of people shilly-shally them. They don't really go through the commitment all over the year, and somewhere in the middle or maybe in the first quarter, those goals or those resolutions drop. I personally always shilly-shally my resolutions, but for this year, I resolved to spend more time doing healthy activities. As I think I'm getting a bit older, a little bit fatter, and one of the biggest resolutions for me is to be more healthy, visit the gym more often, and maybe eat a little bit healthier. And according to researchers at the University of Toronto, two of the best methods to keep a resolution are talk to yourself and have a resolution partner. This reminded me of a quote from Dr. Raj C. Smedley. He said, "Understanding comes through communication, and through communication, we find the way to peace." A Toastmaster knows the importance of self-communication and communication with others. And those researchers also, they seconded this quote by showing people who are interested to commit to their resolution the importance of communication. And when they say talk to yourself, yes, you need to talk to yourself always to remind yourself, why are you making such a resolution? You need to talk to yourself always while planning for the goals. You need to talk to yourself always to be encouraged and always be reminded of the big picture. Communication comes also as a great method when you have a resolution partner who will always keep you committed and will keep the commitment alive. Talking to your resolution partner will motivate you and also motivate him or her. It's true that through communication, any goal can be established and can be also achieved. And here in Toastmasters, it's the best platform for us to improve our communication skills. So may the year 2022 bless you with goals achieved and resolutions made. This meeting, I can see few guests. Now it's time for us to maybe introduce our guests who are not at all first timers attending our meetings. Let me start with Sheikh Khalifa.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hi, sorry,
Hi.
I was reaching for the unmute button. Yeah, this is not my first time and I'm glad to be here.
We are also glad to have you now. I believe this is the fourth or fifth visit to our meetings.
I think it's the third, but I appreciate the overestimation.
All right. We have also Salman, who is the first one to join our meeting today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Salman Al-Mahali, and this is my second time joining the meeting, and hopefully I will try to attend even more meetings.
Yes, welcome, Salman. I thought it's your third time actually attending our meetings, but he was actually the first one to log in into the meeting today, Salman. We have who else? We have two Toastmasters who are newly joined and will be inducted today. So we will not ask you to introduce yourself today. We will leave this later on for our VPM during the business session. Moving to our Master of Ceremony tonight, the person who will take us through the meeting sections one by one. He is a very keen Toastmaster who had a very great comeback, as we missed him a little bit last year, but he is coming with all of the motivation. I think he has a resolution for the year 2022 to give his fullest support to the club. So let me welcome our Toastmaster of the day, our Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Welcome to the stage, Toastmaster Hassan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Very good evening to you all. And it's my pleasure to be the MC of the night. Before beginning, let's announce if there is any change in the agenda. So I guess the counter will be Toastmaster Habib. And we've got 3 speakers, isn't it?
No change other than Toastmaster Habib.
So only the counter will be Toastmaster Habib.
Can someone raise a motion to adopt the new agenda? Yes, Deacon Khalid.
Yes, thank you so much. Good evening once again. Mr. President, this is BTM Khalid Abdullah. I raise a motion to adopt the agenda with the amendment proposed.
Seconded.
And by the Toastmaster Sheikh, I just looked at.
On behalf of DTM Saleh Ali Saleh, I second that motion.
All right. Motion is moved.
So can I share my screen? Can you see my screen?
No.
Not yet. No, we cannot see it.
Even in the background, there is no screen for you.
We still cannot see the screen, Toastmaster Hassan. Can you try sharing your screen once again?
Yes. Can you see my screen now?
Toastmaster Hassan, you can share the
No.
slides in the chat box and Toastmaster Muhammad might moderate for you if you wish.
Let me just,
Yes, Toastmaster Hassan, or you can send it directly to my email if you wish. Any choice. I will share it for you.
let me just make another attempt here.
Or send it to me. I can share it as well.
So instead, can someone just guide me? I'm now in video setting, and on left-hand side, I've got share screen. So general, I've got share screen.
Are you logging with a laptop, Toastmaster Hassan?
No, PC.
All right. Let me share my screen. Maybe I can show you through my screen.
Okay.
Basically, oh my God. I will not be able to share with my screen. Basically, you should have in this ribbon share screen.
Can I try, Mr. President?
Yeah, go ahead.
Share screen here.
Can you give me co-host or ability to share?
Anyone can share.
Anyone can share, okay. So, Basara, let me just show you what I mean by which button that you need to click on. You need to click on this button. So this is what you see. So in the middle of it, there's a button called share screen. Do you see that?
There's share screen, yeah. Now I click on the share screen.
If you click on the share screen, you would get, of course, option. Just go with the first option and go share. I can show you the next option that you would get because I did not take that.
First option was a full screen mode.
Yeah, exactly. Just go that and click on share. Just make it simple.
Yeah, but it is not. I don't know, something wrong. Anyhow, I'll just send you the file and someone.
See, this is what you would get once you do share. So just click on share. This would share all of your screen. Did you get to where I am right now?
Yes, now I've got share screen, but I'm not getting anything.
Oh. Okay, then maybe if you can share the file, we would be able to help you.
Okay, I've just shared the file.
مر صالح مرش قال وراح.
He spelled a cast and he ran away.
Exactly, yes.
He did a shilly-shally and left.
I will count this twice for you.
Shilly-shally is alternative to abracadabra.
No, maybe shilly-shally, is it in Arabic, is it a khali? Is it the same?
No, shilly-shally means like you are indecisive.
But sort of khali-wali, yeah. Close to it.
يعني.
Master Brahma, you have a question in the chat box. Please reply.
Sure. I did see.
Send him your evaluation resource.
Toastmaster Alpesh Gurjar, I mean, see, I could not download the evaluation resource today. I don't know. There's some problem in the system. Let me see. I mean, I'll only give the speech today. Maybe you can evaluate. You can send the thing form. You can do some other form if it's available.
Yeah, can someone just share this folder?
Did you share it in the chat box?
Yes, it is there.
It's coming. It's maybe uploading from your end. And
You can send it also through email to Master Hassan, because we still cannot see it in the chat box. Email or WhatsApp or any other mean.
I can see that it is there. Shall I send it again? Just a moment.
Can I
Yes,
raise the motion?
I seconded the motion.
Thank you.
Correct.
Blindly.
I
How about
suggested
if we
that.
how about if we move the table topic to the front while we get the hang of the technical issues? Is it a shally question request?
Sorry, I see it now.
no, we still don't.
I
DTM
think
Khalid.
Anyhow, no need to share anything. No need. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll make a move, then we'll sort it out.
now we cannot see you also now, Toastmaster Hassan.
No problem. Now you can see it. Anyhow, the theme of the night will be the new year. When Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haki asked me today to take the role of the MC of the night, I accepted immediately, actually, and he asked me about the theme. And without thinking, I said, what was the last occasion? And then I found it was the New Year. So without thinking, I just sent him a text message saying, let it be the New Year. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate all of you and wish you a good year full of enjoyment and prosperity. While calling the role takers, I've got two questions for them. So before they start their roles, they have to answer these questions. What is your new resolution? This is the first question. And when people are asked about things to do in the New Year's, they normally reply by trying something new, reach out to say Happy New Year, or start a new book, or volunteer, or write down your resolutions. And I need to hear from you an answer for these questions. So, starting with the origin of the New Year celebration day. Any idea who first started celebrating the New Year? No idea?
In
BTM,
this
Walid Rahman.
group, Nowruz started celebrating in this group. See, in his background.
Yeah. Nowruz, any idea?
I think Toastmaster Orfan was the first one to celebrate
In fact,
this year.
today is his birthday. The Romans actually were the first people who celebrated the New Year's Day. And but the question here, how was it decided when one year ends and another year begins? It started 4,000 years ago when ancient Babylon celebrated the new year at the first new moon after the vernal equinox, which was actually in late March. There was 11 days festival. In fact, the celebration of the new year was not 1st of January, but it was late March. Is it a new idea or is it a new information or what?
Okay, Hassan, I'll add to this. Actually, the New Year was actually celebrated in the month of 1st of April initially. I mean, by these Babylonians. Previously, I was just joking. Okay, let me be serious this time, and give the information. And since after some years, after the birth of Christ, and because of some reasons, the scholars decided to shift this April 1st from April 1st to January 1st. So later on, there were people who were just protesting against this, who could not accept this as a change. So they started calling this April 1st as a Fool's Day or something like that. So that's how the April 1st became Fool's Day, and January 1st became the New Year's Day. Okay, I don't want to take your time. You carry on.
Excellent contribution, Gobi. Thank you very much. Now, let me just move to our education session, and let me introduce those who will be supporting me during this journey. So let's start first with our timer. Our timer today will be Toastmaster Hussein Khamis. Hussein Khamis, before starting explaining your role, can you just please answer this question? First, what is your New Year resolution? And second question, the best things to do in the New Year's Day.
About the big master MC of the night. Beginning of the year, I was initially on 2021 on December. Shall I go to travel to Turkey or not? I was initially, then I decided to travel. I took the package with my wife and my little daughters, and I traveled, and I enjoy for New Year's on Turkey, Trabzon. I enjoy there for I see the snow on the mountain. We play there and enjoy. We enjoy a lot for the New Year 2022. That's my and now I'm continuous also for the New Year's also to make more better for Toastmasters and for health also, sporting and gym exercising. As you know, age as more you reach more, you should do more exercise also for your health. That's mine for New Year's. And as my role as a timer, Toastmaster and their guests. As a timer, I will take the time for prepare speech and evaluation and table topic. We have 4 prepared speech and 3 of them 5 to 7 minutes and 1 Uday Kumar 4 to 6 minutes. I will switch on for
timer Hussein Khamis, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, all of them are 5 to 7 minutes.
All because on the agenda one mentioned. Anyhow, okay. 5 to 7 minutes. I will switch on 5 minutes for when they reach 5 minutes, I will switch green light. And on 6 minutes, I'll switch on amber light. And 7 minutes, I'll switch on red color light, and it will stay until the speech finish. And the grace we have not less 30 seconds, not more than 30 seconds. And we have for evaluation, we have 2 to 3 minutes. In 2 minutes, I will switch on green light, and 2.5 I will switch on amber light, and 3 minutes I will switch on red color light. And we have for table topic, you have 1 to 2 minutes. In 1 minute I will switch on green light, and 1.5 I will switch on amber light, and 2 minutes I will switch on red color light, and it will stay until the speech finish. We have gray 30 seconds, not less, not more. Back to you, MC of the night.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis. And now moving to our R counter, and our R counter will be Toastmaster Habib. Toastmaster Habib, first question.
Yeah.
What is your New Year resolution? Second question, best things to do in the New Year's Day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hassan Ashur. The resolution for this year is going to be in the health topic. You know, I have to consider about my health. Okay, and I put my personal target achievement to be achieved by December 2022, including in my career also.
Great.
Yes.
What is the best thing to do, in your opinion, in the new year?
The best, I believe everybody or everyone should learn, and there is a lesson learned from the pandemic, and should be stay with the family, and you know, the time management as well during your your staying with the family and the work. And the big thing that stress should be avoided during the work.
Thank you. Can you explain your role, Toastmaster?
Yes. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, for Toastmaster and their guests, good evening to you all. As an accounter, the purpose of the accounter is to note word and the sound that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, will, but, so, and you, no. I will also listen for a filler sound, including and ear. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrases such as I or this means at the end of the meeting. I will report the number of times that each speaker use these expressions. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. Now moving to our listener will be Toastmaster Hanin Al-Mahrous. Hanin Al-Mahrous, before starting explaining your role, can you please answer these questions, the resolutions, and best things to do?
Good evening. My New Year resolution is to continue improving myself. And the best way to spend to celebrate New Year's is with family and friends.
What's your role? Just explain your role.
My role as a listener is to note interesting pieces of information and things that the speakers would say throughout their speeches, and ask questions near the end of the meeting to see if people have been paying attention to what others have been saying. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Before moving to the prepared speech session, let us come back to our theme. So as we said, the Romans were celebrating the year's day, first year's day, celebrating the year's day end of March. But why now in January? Actually, the Romans celebrated the New Year's in March following their lunar cycle until 46 BC, when the Julian calendar was introduced. In fact, the calendar used during that period was having only 10 months. And later on, they introduced January and February. So they started celebrating the New Year from January. Moving to our first speaker. But before introducing our first speaker, let me just introduce his evaluator. His evaluator is Abdulrida Nawrouz. Abdulrida Nawrouz is going to evaluate the first speaker, Toastmaster Rama Kumuju, and his speech title, Impossible to I Am Possible. Toastmaster Abdulrida Nawrouz, before explaining the objective of the project, can you just answer the two questions?
Thank you, Master of the Ceremonies, fellow Toastmaster, most honorable guests. Good evening. I stopped having New Year resolution some time ago now. And instead of that, I start doing the 5-year objective, and you break it down to yearly targets that you want to achieve, whether it's on work basis or in personal basis for family or for yourself with your friends. It is not usually facts and figures, but it has ingredients of happiness and charity work and giving back to the society through mentoring and training and providing knowledge to others whenever it's requested sometimes, and whenever it's needed some other times. That includes colleagues, kids, siblings, and even people who you come across in life. Our speaker tonight is attempting the speech called Impossible to I Am Possible. Now, the objectives and the purpose of the speech or the project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envision mentoring. And also the speech purpose is for the member to share with us some aspects of previous experience as a Portuguese. With this, I give control back to you, wishing my speaker all the best. And you might have the mic back. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdul. Moving to our first speaker. Our first speaker is attempting project L2P3. He is not other than Toastmaster Rama. Rama, can you just answer the two questions? There is no way to miss these questions. Then start your speech.
Yeah. Frankly speaking, I haven't made any New Year resolutions this year because every year I used to make some resolutions and breaking in the middle of the year. So this time I actually somehow I tried to avoid this. However, I've actually though I have not made any resolution, but I've decided to do a few things. One of the main thing is spending my valuable time, most of the time, personal time with my family. The other thing I would like to do the first day of the new year, what I believe is when we do good things on the first day of the new year, that would continue throughout the year. So I would like to do some charity because in this COVID time, I think most of the people got, tumbled financially. So like to spend some, I think, money to the needy people. Those two are my things. Back to you. Yeah, let me start my speech.
Start your speech.
I hope I'm audible. Let me pin the timer. Do you believe without mentoring, there would be no Apple computers? Many of our great leaders wouldn't have been there where they are today. We can't learn everything from the school or from the internet or from the libraries. Sometimes the only way to advance is to learn directly from someone who knows, who is a mentor. My dear mentors, welcome guests, good evening. Do you know why mentoring is so important? Because someone has been here on the same journey before we joined in the Toastmaster Club. They have done all the hard work and they've experienced all the challenges, faced all the struggles throughout their journey. So they can look back and they can support us whenever we need help. That's why mentoring is so important. Let me share you my Toastmaster journey, how mentoring shaped my skills and how I was influenced by the mentors from an impossible guy to I am possible. I joined Toastmasters 2.5 years ago. As all other members, I just like to polish my language and my communication skills. I still remember when my colleague took me to the first Toastmaster meeting, I was really impressed with the members who looked very confidently when they were on stage delivering speeches. I wish I could be like a good speaker someday, similar to our members. They looked very confident when they were on stage. So some of them are my colleagues and some are from my other departments. Some are doctors and some are freshly graduated people. At that time, I had no officially mentor to me, but all the members are my mentors because they joined before me and they they've got all required skills, very special skills. So everybody was unique in that club. So whenever I take a new role in the club meetings, they have showed very great enthusiasm to help me and mentor me whenever I need help. Let me share you my first speech experience. I still remember I was so tensed and uncomfortable when I had to deliver my first speech in the Toastmaster Club. I thought it was very impossible for me to be on stage and deliver my first speech. At that time, DTM Khalid, who is a truly remarkable leader in our club, I still remember he came all the way from his home to Awali. He stays far away from Awali, but he was not my mentor too at that time. But he came all the way to Awali Club and he took my dry runs during that period. And he spent a lot of time with me. I still remember it was in open space. He took all the dry runs in that open area. That practice helped me to boost my confidence levels to deliver my first speech. And it also helped me to boost my confidence in public speaking skills. My other member, who is Toastmaster Fatima, she's a powerful leader. He delivered many powerful speeches in our club. She also helped me many times. She corrected me through teams and had dry runs and also gave me many tips to improve my speaking skills. So mentors are there in our club. They can support us, they can guide us, direct us, and motivate us. So I had no fear to take any challenges during the Toastmaster club meetings. So it made me possible to take any challenge during the club meetings. Let me share you with another example. Contesting in the Toastmaster meetings is very tough. I used to avoid contesting in the club meetings. I thought I would fear on the stage and trying to avoid the contest. But my mentors always told me that, and he inspired us and boosted my confidence levels to attend the contest. So with their inspiration and motivation, I participated in one of the club contests in table topics. I still remember, despite of all the efforts, I had failed in that contest. I couldn't win any and the trophy. So I was a bit disappointed. But my mentors taught me we should know how to accept the failures, no matter what happens to us. That time I realized the failures are the stepping stones for winning the contest. So with their inspiration, probably I would participate in the future contest and I try to win the contest. So ladies and gentlemen, mentor and mentee is the most amazing system in our Toastmaster. We all help each other and grow together. I'm very proud to say that all my members are my mentors and we can learn a lot from the Toastmaster meetings. So we can become great leaders also. I strongly believe that mentoring is most critical part in the Toastmaster journey to build our skills and gaining experience from the experienced leaders and mentors. So in my opinion, everybody should have a mentor to build our career and break the challenges to reach to a new heights. So and all we know all the mentors are behind us who can support and inspire and guide us and they can make us an impossible guide to I am possible. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brahma. Now, before moving to our second speaker, I'd like to hear from his evaluator. His evaluator is Toastmaster Sayyid Rida. Toastmaster Sayyid Rida.
Thank you very much, MC of the evening. Very good evening once again, all Toastmasters and guests. Now, the first question I need to answer, my yearly resolution or the New Year resolution. Unlike Toastmaster Nauru said that he makes 5 years program, I've decided a little bit different from that. I see that my resolution, New Year resolution, has failed all the time. So what I've decided is to make monthly objectives. A year has got 12 months and 360 or 365 days. So down the line, most of the resolutions, like others, they fail. So it's a monthly objectives I make for myself. And that's probably, I feel, is a better way of making resolutions. As far as the other question is concerned, what do you do on the New Year day? I believe I kind of reflect back on my previous year, look at my life on that day, and look at my life further ahead as to how it is going to be for the coming year. So for the objectives of the speech for my target speaker, so he's attempting a project that essentially will test as to how he will receive feedback during his speech. And I will make note and I will provide feedback on various aspects of his speech, which I will give it to him. And he will then deliver in another meeting a second speech. And this speech will be based on the feedback that he will receive. So with that, I wish all the best to my target speaker, Toastmaster Uday Kumar. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Our second speaker is attempting project L1P2. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Uday Kumar with a speech titled Discover Yourself. Toastmaster Uday, can you just start with answering the questions, then proceeding with your speech?
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. First of all, I wish everyone a very happy New Year. So I took a resolution of starting my yoga again, which I discontinued some time back. So, and the second one is, on the 1st January, it's a day of my wife's birthday. So, it's very special to celebrate on the day, which will make everyone happy. And, and I usually call, elders and, the friends, which I could not be able to contact for a long time. So I used to call them and wish and, chat to, share the happiness and to wish them a very happy New Year. So I will start my speech now. Okay, am I ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. If you do not think for yourself, then someone else will think and they will do for you. Life is not a chance, it's a choice. Your choice becomes your thoughts. The success or failure depends on the thoughts in your mind. So, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests, good evening. So, everything what created on the human in this planet is first created in our minds. Okay, we will start with a wonderful story. There was this wonderful story. On a certain day, a man took a walk. He walked for a long and ended up in a paradise. His feet becomes pain. There he saw a nice tree with cushiony grass. It was welcoming for him. So he went down to the tree and took some rest. After waking up, he felt hungry. His mind thought some nice things which he ever wanted to. Instantly, to his surprise, all appeared in front of him. There the service was like that. Then he thought of something he wanted to drink. He received that also. Okay, now let's pass the story. Charles Darwin said, human minds is like monkeys. I'm not told that, Charles Darwin. Why did he say that? What's so about special in monkeys? Monkey has unnecessary movement and imitation as others. When these two qualities are on, then it is called unstable, stabilized mind, which generally monkey has. Let's continue the story. The man thought, what is happening? When I thought about food, it came. When I thought about drink, it came. So he thought about some ghost is here. Then the ghost came. Then thought it is going to torture him. It started torturing. He thought, I'm going to die. He died actually. The problem here is he was sitting under the wishing tree. But don't ask where is the wishing tree and don't go and search for that. It's your mind. Now the story is over. So a well-established mind is your wishing tree. If you know to organize your mind, it will organize the whole system into one direction. But the problem is with us, if we keep changing our mind in each steps, your question of you is removed. Our physical actions, mental actions, emotional actions should be self-detected, or it would be self-destruction. So organizing your minds, moving our minds from compulsive state to concrete state. So I would like to conclude by saying, if you want the way in which your life has to go, then you should discover yourself. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much, Master O'Day. And now, moving to our third speaker. But before we jump to our speaker, let's hear from his evaluator. His evaluator, Toastmaster Prashar. Toastmaster Prashar, the screen is yours. The screen is yours, Toastmaster Prashar.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Good evening to all. Before I tell the objectives of the speaker, there were two questions. My resolution of the year 2022 and what we can do in the West year. My resolution is, as we are doing the last 2 years, is to stay healthy and safe for myself, for my family, and for my dearest and nearest. What I do the best during the new year, I do call and I do talk to the people those I have not talked. And I normally believe in investing in relationship with the friends and near and dears. Purpose of the speakers project, purpose of the objectives of this project is the same as our speaker number 1. As our evaluator number 1, he has already told. If you want to repeat, I can repeat it. The purpose of this project is for the member to clarify, define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. Good luck to our speaker. Back to Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashar. And now, moving to our third speaker. Our third speaker is attempting project L2P3. Our speaker is Toastmaster Fatima Hussein, and the speech title is Student All. Student All, Toastmaster Fatima Hussein.
Thank you very much. Should I start with answering the questions, or can I start with the speech and then answer your questions?
Yes, up to you, but you have to answer the questions.
I think I'll answer the questions first. Okay, so my New Year resolution is the same New Year resolution that I had last year, which is to run this race called UTMB. It's a long mountain race in France. And how I spent New Year? I spent New Year by actually running Bahrain from north to south. It was 100 kilometers. We started from Amwaj, went all the way to northern city, Bdaya to Darat al-Bahrain. It was a perfect way to start the new year, and it was fun and rainy. So you can see where my New Year resolution. Next year, let's see how far we can go in Bahrain. Maybe we'll do a loop. All right. So now I'll start my speech. Whose daughter are you? Huh? Who's your father? Does he work in Babco? No. How come you're here in the meeting? I work at Babco. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, this is how I was introduced to Babco Toastmasters Club. Being small in size and quite petite, some members thought that I was the daughter of an employee attending the meeting. And surprisingly, that was the first conversation that I had with a person who is one of the best mentors I came across. The beauty of Toastmasters is that mentors are everywhere. Everywhere is here to help each other, to guide each other, and also to ask and receive feedback. When I first entered Toastmasters, the first mentor that I had was Toastmaster Ali Shakir. Even though Toastmaster Ali Shakir is not here with us in the club anymore, his ripples are still lasting. After my first icebreaker speech, I ran to Toastmaster Ali asking him for his feedback. What do I need to fix? What do I need to work on? Because this is what I thought his job was, to tell me what I can fix. When all he did was simply smiled and said, "How did you feel on stage? What do you think went well? And what do you want to improve in your speech?" See, Toastmaster Ali did not tell me exactly what I need to work on. Instead, he guided me throughout my Toastmasters journey. He was not a coach, he was a mentor. Before each speech, I would send him my draft speech, and I'm sure to spend half an hour with him on the phone, at least, going through that speech. Not only the structure of it, but also the message. Toastmaster Ali was an example of a dedicated mentor. Now, it's not only these assigned mentors that we learn from. After one of my speeches in the club, I went around asking for feedback from different members. And one member in particular saw me doing that. He came up to me and said, "Well done, you're doing well. Do ask for feedback. But do you know who's the best evaluator in this club?" I was excited. I was like, "Who is the best evaluator?" He said, "It's you." Huh? Record yourself while you're speaking and then watch it. Because when you watch yourself delivering a speech, you will be surprised of the many things that you want to improve in your speech. Now, these words of wisdom came from our master evaluator, Toastmaster Abdulrahman Nawrouz. There are many mentors in this club, and there is one in particular who's leading by example. This mentor has opened up my eyes and a lot of people's eyes into the wide opportunities that exist outside of this club. He has reached one of the highest levels in Toastmaster and is still climbing up. BTM Khalid is a marvelous leader and he leads by example. And even though you think that nagging is his trademark, That's why he's called DLP, Distinguished Leg Puller, and that nagging is not a quality of a great mentor. Let me tell you this. If there is a person who's willing to push you so hard to go outside of your comfort zone and try new things, that person is an inspiring mentor. Now, back to the person who thought that I was the daughter of an employee. Now, this person has encouraged me to take on a leadership role in this club, which at that time I thought I did not want it to do. It was the role of the presidency. Last term, I've been extremely honored to serve this club as its president. And Toastmaster Arfan Natiq not only encouraged me to take on that role, but he guided me step by step, meeting by meeting, on how we can make sure that this club does not only survive during COVID, but thrives. The passion that Toastmaster Arfan has is what's keeping him serving this club out of his heart, and is what had led me to give all I can to this club. Toastmaster Arfan is an example of a passionate mentor. Now, these people who I've been mentioning are not the only ones. Yes, they are experienced, but some of my greatest mentors in this club were my assigned mentees. In fact, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, he taught me the importance of listening and communicating clearly as I was mentoring him. Toastmaster Haneen, she reminded me of the importance of injecting creativity in speeches. And the list can go on and on and on. And I can guarantee you, if you look on the right-hand side of your screen and you'll see the participants list, everyone in this club is whether a mentor, a mentee, or both. So do reach out to them. If you see an amazing quality in someone, go out to them and ask them for help, guidance, feedback, because everyone here is willing to help. Now, I might not be a daughter of an employee, but I am sure a student of all the members in this club. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fatma. Thank you very much. And now, moving to our last speaker. But before moving to the speaker, let me just introduce his evaluator. And his evaluator is Toastmaster Albish Gujar. Albish Gujar is going to evaluate Toastmaster Kubini. Albish, can you answer the questions and tell us the objective of the speech?
Good evening, everyone. Regarding New Year resolution, a lot of items in my list. To cut it short, I would say that in 2022, I would like to become a best version of myself. And that could be in terms of better father, better husband, better son, better employee, better colleague, better friend, and so on. So that's about my New Year resolution. And regarding objectives, unfortunately, I didn't receive that from my speaker. So maybe I think Gopi, could you please tell that yourself?
Yes, Mr. Alpesh. I was telling that in the beginning actually that and there is some system error. Even my even the icebreaker what I delivered, it is not getting it's not uploaded yet. But this objective of the speak is to implement. I mean level P2, level on P2, that is whatever speech I've delivered in the last speech, I have to implement those feedbacks and improve myself and deliver a better speech and become a better speaker. That's the ultimate objective.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now moving to our speaker, last speaker, but not least, who is attempting project number L1B2, and with the speech title, Happy New Year, our speaker, Toastmaster Gubili.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan al-Ashur, the inspiring MC. My New Year resolution is communication, mastery of communication. And one more thing is, it is for me. For others, I want to help at least some 5 people in a reasonable manner in this year, in a recognizable manner. At least 5 people. And my message is that for the new year, the second question is the message for the new year, I think, for others. Is that most of us speak to ourselves. The one who we are talking to the most is ourselves. So be polite and kind to yourselves, and be appreciative for yourself. Maybe pat on your back, hey, very good, done, like that every day, and appreciate yourselves. Pat on your own back, and it will help you develop yourself. That's what I will say as a message for the new year. Okay, my good evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and dear friends. I come to speak on the topic Happy New Year. Have I come to here to wish Happy New Year for all of you? Is that my purpose? Is that my only purpose? Yes, I'm going to wish you a Happy New Year. And my ultimate goal is to make the whole year happy for you. I have some suggestions. That's what I have come here to deliver. What is a new year? I researched, what is a new year? When you find many of the quotations, all quotable quotes together as a conglomerate, if we say, a new year is a new chapter in the book of your life. So imagine your book, life itself is a book, and that it's a new chapter to be written. Who is going to write that? You are going to write that. So write it nicely in a good manner so that the whole new year will be happy. You write something happy about happiness there, your life becomes happier there. For the new year, we get a lot of messages. 1, 2, 3, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, wish you the same, thank you, wish you the same, thank you, wish you the same, thank you, wish you the same. There was a doctor to whom one lady writes, Doctor, my husband is having severe loose motion. He is almost dehydrated. What shall I do? Then this doctor writes, oh, it is so nice to hear from you. I wish you, your family, your sons, the same. What happened here? He has been receiving so many Happy New Year messages. He has been writing this to all. So he wrote to that lady also. So what is actually missing here is the eyes on the task. So the task what he was doing, maybe he just missed the task. The son became very angry. They were not very happy. So eyes on task, safety is an important part. I mean, do whatever you do it safely. That's a good part of it. One of my friends, this is just when you do something task. One of my friends, when after my college days, I was doing an MBA. During my MBA, one of my friends was stating that my grandpa died while sleeping. He said, "Oh, that's a very good death. That's what everyone dreams of. That's a nice death. One should die while sleeping." Then he said, he died while sleeping. Only those four fellows died screaming when the car he was driving while sleeping hit those guys, and they were just screaming. Oh, so he was dying while sleeping, and because he was driving while sleeping. Then driving safety in Gulf GCC areas, one of the most highest deaths are caused by driving safety. So be careful while driving. Not only that, every new year have some goals. Everyone has a goal, definitely. Work for your goals, achieve your goals through hard work. That will give you immense satisfaction and happiness. Whether you reach the goal or not, even by defeat, you are learning a lesson. That is also a part of, that will also give you immense happiness and satisfaction. Helping others. The best thing to see is a smile in somebody else's face who is in front of you. And even more, the highest part will be if you are the cause for the smile. Imagine, it will be the lifetime pleasure for you. Every time, try to achieve that lifetime pleasure. You be the cause for the happiness for the person who is in front of you. Now, this doctor, as I said, he had written this message. The son, he had to do vaccination. Okay, we'll go and ask the doctor also. He was already angry, so he reached that hospital. And he again went for vaccination. So then he was already angry, no? Then he went to the nurse. He said, "What do you want?" He asked. Then he said, "I want the lifetime, a very long life, deathless life. Can you give me?" Like that he asked. Then the nurse, he was perplexed. Then he said, "Oh, you get very simple. You get married," he said. Oh, then he was surprised. Oh, if you get married, you'll have a deathless life? Like that he was asking. Then the nurse said, "You will not get a deathless life if you get married. You will avoid getting such thoughts of deathless life if you get married." That's why I was suggesting that. So have some sense of humor all the times. It will help you always, even in any situation. If something comes, conflicting situation, you can just manage it in a simple manner. Again, to recall, follow all kinds of safety. Be happy, try to be happy, pat on your back, appreciate yourselves every day. You are talking mostly to yourself only. You are the one who is talking to yourself in a number of times if you count. So you appreciate yourself and bring happiness. You develop your own self-concept such a manner. Thank you. And back to you.
Thank you very much, Thank you very much for the nice speech. And now, before moving actually to our next session, which is the table topic, we share with you this. Can you see it? Can you see it? This is the last article. Yes.
Come here.
you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So, any idea what is this?
It's a lighthouse.
Another attempt.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes, but what is this? What is this
Is it
picture?
Times Square New Year Ball?
Yes, that's right. It is actually one of the most iconic New Year's traditions. In the ball drop at New York City Times Square. But the question here, why they built this? In fact, according to the official Times Square ball website, the ball drop has been a tradition since 1907. They started celebrating the New Year in 1904, but they started with using the fireworks. But for somehow they stopped using the fireworks and they introduced this ball. So every year they are celebrating by dropping this ball to the ground. Now let's move to our next session, which is the table topic session. And our table topic session will be managed by Toastmaster Ranjit Ramchandran. Toastmaster Ranjit, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. For the Toastmasters, distinguished guests, I wish you all a warm good evening and a wonderful new year. We've been through, for the benefit of the guests, let me quickly introduce what a table topic session is. We've been through the project, our normal speech sessions where we deliver our project speeches which are prepared. Whereas in a table topic session, the objective is to challenge our members to develop their impromptu or on-the-feet thinking skills to be able to deliver a short speech on a topic that's given to you on the spot. And that's obviously helpful for any one of us who would have to speak in any event or any platform all through our lives. So with that, let me start by sharing the screen.
For this, did you answer the question?
Sure. So to answer the question, I spent my New Year's in India. I was on vacation, so I spent it with my family. I was with my parents, my kids, my whole family were there, and yes, that's how we spent it. And in terms of resolution, this year I've made a small resolution to try and spend more time with my family and reduce the amount of time that I spent in front of a screen. That's been a complaint that I've been hearing a lot over the last couple of years. So I want to try and do that this year. Sorry. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. I am unfortunately unable to see the participants. Okay. Now, can I have volunteers before I start asking, randomly calling out people to take up? Okay, I've got Mohammed Jabbar as the first volunteer. Mohammed, welcome. Please unmute yourself and choose a number.
Hello, good evening, everybody. So I'll choose number 8.
Number 8. And your topic is, what are you most grateful for?
Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would apologize for not being able to open the camera for today as my laptop just overheated. So to address the question, which is a very tough one, I would say I'm very grateful for the people around me. Like I would like to connect this question actually to the New Year resolution. One of my main New Year resolution is to be more interconnected with the people around me. Not only family, but also friends, colleagues. I just joined this company 3 months ago. And one of the first things I noticed, the culture in it. And one of the first things I also noticed, how important it is to communicate with people around you concisely and how to communicate with them effectively. So I am grateful for the challenge that I have now, the communication challenge with them. And I understand how important it is. I'm grateful for my family. I know that as we grow up, we usually spend less time with family. So I'm very much aware that we should counter that. And we should be grateful for us achieving that countering. And that's it for me, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed, for that wonderful words. Uh, it's quite. You said it was a difficult topic, but you took it up quite well and was able to deliver it very easily. Can I have our second volunteer? I'm looking for a raised hand. Unfortunately, I can't see this video display, so I'd appreciate if you could just use the reactions to raise your hand if you have any volunteers. I can. Yes, we have Muhammad Ali Yusuf, our president. Welcome. Please choose.
Yes,
Your lucky number, please.
I would choose 8, but it's already taken, so I'll go with the highest number, 9.
9. When you look into the past, what do you miss the most?
Thank you, Table Topic Masters. Our life is made of little events that are going into sequence until we reach to this day. And it's easy for any one of us to dream about the perfect life that he will choose if he had the choice. If there was a genie that he will basically give us all of our dreams and make them come true, we may have this perfect imagination of what a perfect life is. But I believe that most of us have a lot of regrets about those events that we participated in or that we might have even missed. I personally don't believe in those regrets. What if is a question that is better suited for us to answer for future events. And we should never think of what if could have I done? What if I have done that? What could I have done instead of what I have done? Actually, this is a maze. The moment we allow our mind to go into that maze, will come in, will never come out. So instead of thinking of what do you miss the most about the past, think about what are you going to do in the future. Back to you.
Very well said, President. Don't have any regrets. do we have another volunteer? I was just looking for another raised hand. Can't seem to find any. Shall I start picking?
No need to start picking. We don't need to shilly-shally, so we need to start somewhere.
Okay.
I'll go with number 3. That's my lucky number.
Brilliant. An unforgettable journey or an incident from 2021.
Table topic masters, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests. Good evening to all of you. There are many incidents that we have in mind, or even we go through and think that they are unique. When you ask me that question, the first thing that came to my mind was a contest that I attended. And for those who know me, they know that I am a big fan of attending contests. And that contest was early morning. And when I got into the contest, there were not many logged in, and few were really talking to each other. And until someone got in, and from absolutely nowhere, he said, "Good morning." And that energy inspired everyone around during that time. And when I started my address, don't remember was it CGD or PQD, I honestly referred back to him and I praised him. And imagine that this same person became the champion of evaluation in DTAC. And that same person met me a few months ago when we had the DTAC ceremony. And he referred back to that incident. And he said, DTM Khalid, what you said that day changed the whole sequence of where I was about to go. So when you do something yourself that affects others somehow positively and gets back to you on one day, and they come and tell you, thank you, that moment should be unforgettable because you managed to change something in someone. And this is why we are here in Toastmasters. We joined Toastmasters to change ourselves to become better leaders. But once we reach into a place where we feel that now is the time to give back, that's totally different type of enjoyment. We stay in Toastmasters because we want to pay back those who gave us the same way when we joined Toastmasters to others. So if there was one unforgettable moment in 2021, it would be that moment. Thank you so much, Table Topic Masters, and over to you.
Thank you, DTM Khalid.
Point of order, Table Topic Master. I think we are running out of time.
Wonderful. So I'll wrap it up. And we've got even more topics, but as we are running out of time, I hand over back to our Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Hassan. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ranjit, for the effective running of the table topic session. And now let's move to our business session. Our business session, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Hassan Ashur. Before we start our business session, I would like to call for our secretary, Toastmaster Taqi. Do we have quorum? We can't hear you, Toastmaster Taqi. You are unmuted. but okay.
He wrote in
Yes,
the
we
chat.
do.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, we do. All right. Can you then share the last meeting MOM? Or we'll come later on to that as we do, as he is having some technical issue with the sound. So let's move on to our officers, ex-com officers reports. To start with, immediate past president, Toastmaster Fatma Hussein. Anything to report or announce?
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali Yusuf. I don't have anything to report, but I'd like to highlight that Babco Toastmasters Club is working on a very exciting speechcraft program.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fatma Hussein. Our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Habib.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali. Nothing to report, but I need to highlight the physical attendance for our Toastmaster Club. We need to see whether we can make a try with our Babco Club for attending physical. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Habib. Our treasurer is not here today, Toastmaster Ahmed Najaf, but we are within budget and all of our renewals are done on time. Moving ahead to our secretary, back to Toastmaster Taqi. Yes, you can share the MOM of last meeting. Is your audio issue solved or not yet? If not yet, then let me read it very quickly. Meeting number 352, which was conducted on Wednesday, 22nd of December, from 6:30 till 7:55. It was a National Day celebration. It was adjourned at 20:15. The Sheikh moment was delivered by DTM Walid. Toastmaster of the day was DTM Khalid Abdullah. The timer was Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haiki with the theme Giving Back. The word of the day was Bahrain, used 50 times, 58% members attendance with 4 guests. 2 prepared speeches were delivered during the meeting by Toastmaster Haneen Al-Mahrous and Toastmaster Saleh Ali Saleh. Table topics commentators were Toastmaster Abdul Ridha Nowruz, Toastmaster Arfan Natiq, and Toastmaster Muhammad Jaber. Table topics master was DTM Walid Uthman. During the meeting, there were special messages from the TMI International Director, DTM Ali Shahbaz, Division D Director, DTM Suresh Babu, and Toastmaster Arfan Natiq at the end of the meeting. There was an activity that was conducted by Toastmaster Said Mahmoud, and the winners of the meeting for the best, for in the activity, Toastmaster Sheikh Ahmed won, I believe, Muhammad Jaber and Toastmaster Arfan Natiq for the prepared speech and table topics. This is the MOM. Can someone raise a motion to adopt the minutes of meeting?
Yeah, Mr. President, I raise the first motion to accept the minutes of meeting.
Anyone
I
to second?
I second.
Thank you, Deacon Abdul Hadi. The minutes is adopted with no changes. Moving to other officers' report, Toastmaster Said Mahmoud, VPPR.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone.
I would just like to remind you all, I sent an email for the BTMC magazine articles. Luckily, I have received 3 replies today. The deadline is tomorrow, so please, we would love to highlight your achievement in our BTMC magazine. Just reply to my email and attach some pictures. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Said Mahmoud. Moving to the next officer's report, our DTM Khalid Abdullah.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, and good evening to everyone around. I hope that you are not shilly-shallying, because at this moment in time, I have a very important item in my report, which is adding 2 brother and sister into our Babco Toastmasters family. And for this moment, may I ask Toastmaster Lulwa and Toastmaster Muhammad Jaber to switch on their cameras if possible. All right. And let me go on the script. Yes, you read my mind. That's what I wanted to do. Fellow Toastmasters, it is now our duty and privilege to induct Toastmaster Lulwa and Toastmaster Muhammad, new members, into the and only Babco Toastmaster Club. This is an important occasion both for these new members and for our club. These individuals have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve their communication and leadership. And we now have an opportunity to help them learn, grow, and achieve. I will now call on our new members forward and ask them to join the virtual lectern. And this is the virtual lectern over there. Please withhold your applause until the ceremony is completed. All right. You are joining a worldwide organization that has helped more than 4 million people learn to communicate more effectively. As members of this beloved Babco Toastmaster Club, you will benefit from a proven program of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are dedicated to helping one another in a spirit of sharing and enjoyment. Our Vice President of Education is not around, but he gave me 2 names. And let me ask first, the first mentor. I have Toastmaster Abdurrada Nawrouz, who would be the mentor for Toastmaster Muhammad Jaber. Toastmaster Abdurrada, could you please accept the role of mentorship? Going once.
He said yes, with pleasure.
With a pleasure. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abdullah. And the mentor for Toastmaster Lulwa would be Toastmaster Zainab. And I could see that in the email, she already accepted the mentorship for Toastmaster Lulwa. Great. Let me move on to the induction. Membership in this club and in Toastmasters International is a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet, it also places certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. This means you must work diligently toward your own self-development. And allow me to repeat this. This means you must work diligently toward your own self-development, evaluate other speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist this club in reaching its goal. Remain positive and keep a smile on your face. Let me see whether Lulu is smiling. Yes, she's smiling, so we are fine. I can't see whether you are smiling, Toastmaster Muhammad, but I will imagine that you are smiling behind the camera.
I am.
Great. Okay, perfect. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourself to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members and help keep Toastmaster Club strong and dynamic. Please face your fellow members and affirm your membership by repeating the following words. You don't need to repeat the whole thing. I would say the whole thing, and toward the end of it, I will prompt you to say, I will. I, Toastmaster Muhammad and Toastmaster Lulwa, in the presence of my fellow members of the Babco Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and repeat and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education program, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefit of Toastmasters. May I ask you to say, I will.
I will.
I will.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure I have no single doubt. Would all club members please switch on your camera? The script says stand. Well, let me say switch on your camera and unmute if you don't have any noise behind you. I will say the club pledge for our new members, and toward the end of it, I will prompt you to say we will. We, the members of the Babco Toastmasters Club, pledge to support you in your quest for self-development, to provide you with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give you opportunities to help others, and to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. May I hear you all saying, we will.
We will.
We will.
I'm sure our new members believe you. Okay. With this, I call Toastmasters Lulwa Zayani and Toastmasters Muhammad Jaber as Babco Toastmasters members.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome.
Welcome to the world of self-discoveries.
Welcome.
Welcome. راحت عليكم. Welcome.
We already registered you before this, and you would be receiving an email asking you to log into the Toastmasters International site. So please do that. And if you have any questions, you can refer back to the mentors. And if you have anything, you can always come to any members around, and I'm always here to support you if you need anything. This is the first part of my report. The other part is we have a very dear to our heart member today celebrating his birthday. And I don't know whether you can sing or not, but let's try to see who is the ugliest voice among us all. But at the same time, we need to share this. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gopi. We will find out now. But we need to share this to one of the...
Unfortunately, ugliest voice is not here, Saleh.
Okay, if he's not here, we can always say anything we can about him.
Where is newly born?
Are you all ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Let's do it. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Toastmaster Arfan.
Happy birthday
Arfan. Many happy returns of the day.
I can't honestly
wishing you all the best.
Who were the ugliest voice, but I can have maybe a few. I can pick a few around. Anyway, jokes apart, thank you so much, and happy birthday to you, Toastmaster Arfan. We wish you so many prosperous years with us in Toastmasters, and no, yes, with us. I can't see our Bauco Toastmasters without you. Thank you so much, and this is my report, and over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Vice President Membership, DTM Khalid Abdullah, DTM Khalid, for your report, and welcome to both Toastmaster Rilwa and Toastmaster Muhammad to the world of Toastmasters and into the club. Moving ahead, our VP has apologized today. He is not there, but I believe he sent few messages to the target speakers who are target to complete our DCP according to Toastmaster program. So I just would like to have your commitment toward this achievement of the club. Another thing I would like to mention for our contestants who attended the area contest, there was a form that was requested from our Area 14 director in order for us to release the video recording to our members and within the area or within the district. And I kindly request all the contestants who I have sent them this form to sign it and send it back. So if you accept that the video can be published. There is some good news that Toastmaster Fatma Hussein has already hinted on, but we will give the details, I believe, once we become close to the event. There is basically a coordination between Bauco Toastmaster Club and LND since the year 2021. And there will be a program that will be launched within Bauco in collaboration with Learning and Development Department, in which BTMC will have its first speech craft program. It is planned in February and March. And from this stage, I like to get any nominees from our club who would like to somehow be part of this program or get involved. So please write back to me if you are interested to get engaged or involved. With this,
Mr.
yes.
President, this will be every week?
Right now, the program of Speechcraft is agreed with LND to have 1 day, half a day for 6 weeks. So every Thursday, second half for 6 weeks, this is one training program, one Speechcraft program.
But what are the working days? Suppose anybody would like to join on Thursday?
It is within the working hours right now. So we are still, there was some release for the main coordinators who will be part of the program.
Right.
But in case others are willing to participate, whether it's in the preparation or with other related activities that is needed for planning, logistics, or even recording, we would like to get volunteers engaged as soon as possible if they are willing to. Any other question or any other motion to be raised from the club members? The floor is yours now. If not, I will call the business session in 1, 2, 3. The business session is adjourned, and now we are back to our Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Mr. President, for delivering the business session. And now let's move to our evaluator to tell us how our meeting went. Our general evaluator tonight is DTM Walid Uthman. BTM Walid Athman, starting with the questions, then you can proceed with your role.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Unfortunately, I got over the shilly urge to do a New Year resolution long time ago. I used to do it, but then it felt shilly, so I stopped it. How I like to spend my New Year's Day is I spend it usually out with my wife and daughter. We go out for a late breakfast and spend the whole day out somewhere. Not the same place, but picking a different place every year, but we spend it together. So I hope that answers your question. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests. A general evaluator is the person who evaluates the whole meeting, the whole process that we've gone through, all the roles, and how well we did and what we need to improve. The first part of this evaluation will be for me to call on the 4 evaluators that will evaluate our 4 speakers, and then I will go on to evaluate each role that we had. Before I do that, let me call on our timer, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, to find out the timing for our speakers and our table topic commentators.
Yes. Good evening again, General Evaluator. For the prepared speech, we have Toastmaster Brahma Kumarju, 7 minutes, 5 seconds, and Toastmaster Uday Kumar, 3 minutes, 48 seconds, and Toastmaster Fatma Hussain, 7 minutes, 6 seconds, and Toastmaster Kubi, 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Except only Uday Kumar is provided with 3 minutes 48. And for table topic, we have Toastmaster Muhammad Jafar, 1 minute 16 seconds, and Toastmaster Muhammad Ali, 1 minute 53 seconds, and BTM Khalid Abdullah, 2 minutes 11 seconds, all qualified. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, our timer, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, for an excellent report. And now let's start with our evaluators. So let me call on Toastmaster Abdulrada Nawrouz to evaluate our first speaker, Toastmaster Brahma. Toastmaster Abdulrada, the floor is yours. The mic is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and most honorable guests. Good evening again. And a special good evening to our speaker tonight, Brahma, where he showed us how to change the impossible to he is possible. What I really like about the starting of the speech is when people start or when the speaker starts with conventional, either a question or a proverb or a saying, so that it grasps the audience. For today's case, the speaker chosen a title that itself grabs your attention. On the start, the speaker took a stand. And usually when you take a stand, you want to create a scene behind you or a scene in front of camera. When I saw Toastmaster Brahma taking the stage, I felt he's missing the normal meetings. Why? Because in the normal meetings, we usually have the stage and we conquer the stage. Toastmaster Brahma asked and wished at the beginning that he becomes a good speaker. I would like to tell you that you are a good speaker. Tonight, you created a stage. You looped your speech. You had a start, the content, and in the message that you left us, you looped with the beginning. You gave us a very strong closing in your speech, linking it to your title. Now, what I particularly liked about this speech was where you had your own pauses. See, the pause will give the listener the time to digest what you are telling. If you are too fast or the information are enriched, it would take time for us to digest. The purpose of your speech is to communicate your ideas. The more time we have to digest and understand what you're saying, it's a benefit. Now, for any speech, there are room for improvements. When you are creating a stage, you should be aware that if you step too far from the camera, you will be losing the facial expression factor that you have within your speech. Also, when you create a stage in front of the camera, you should plan the stage movement, i.e. every movement should be purposeful, rather than some people get in the dilemma of having the pendulum movements, either in the front and back or side to side. But generally, what I really took home today, or I am home, what I really remember about the stage and the speech is when you put the effort to make a change, you'll get there, no matter how slow you are. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdullah. And it's nice to know that you are home, not somewhere else. And now let's go to our second evaluator, Toastmaster Dr. Sayed Raza, to evaluate Toastmaster Uday. Toastmaster Sayed, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. A very good evening, all of you once again. Life is not a matter of chance, but it is a matter of choice. An excellent way to start the speech with a very strong message for life, on which our destiny of life depends. And my target speaker, Toastmaster Uday Kumar, not only mentioned this quote, a very strong message, but also supported it with a personal story. And the personal story did reflect that this strong message had a very deep meaning for all of us. In addition, my target speaker used good hand gestures, and he made good use of stage, the virtual stage. But since this evaluation is more to give him feedback, so perhaps I will give him more points for improvement for his next speech. One of the things I would mention is that since we are still conducting these meetings virtual, so make sure that you have a very good setting of your camera, which we are very much dependent. And if you are setting up a camera, make sure you're looking straight into the camera, not looking down. So your camera was positioned in a way that it was pointing towards your face and to the ceiling. So that is one. Secondly, with the voice, I believe your voice, you could have been a little bit more louder. You could have projected a very better or stronger voice. And it is also recommended that you have a vocal variety and not sound flat all throughout your speech. And thirdly, I would say that you must, you started very well with a good message and try to conclude in a similar manner. So all in all, I think it was a good speech, a good beginning, a good body, but perhaps try to have a good ending as well. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Sayed Raza. And now for our third evaluator, Toastmaster PK Parashar, to evaluate Toastmaster Fatma Hussain. Toastmaster PK, the mic is yours.
People do not care how much you know, but they would like to know how much you care. That is all shilly-shally about the mentoring. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening to all. And congratulations to my speaker, Toastmaster Fatima Hussain, for completing the level number 3 in project number 2 in level 3. As per the project title, you have chosen the perfect title for your speech, student of all, which really determine the general specific purpose of the speech. Now, if I talk about the delivery of your speech, you started your speech with the question was asked from you in the first time when you joined the meeting. And are you a doctor or a student? So you could withdraw the attention of all our audience. You spoken about every Toastmasters who did mentoring to you. As well, you explained about quality of everyone. It's really appreciable for you to remember all of these suggestions. As you mentioned over the first mentor who asked you, how did you feel on the stage and what do you want to improve? Second mentor suggestion, you have spoken about watch yourself. You deliver your speech very well and in very organized way. You are the great speaker. We all know. You have very good eye contact with everyone, with very good body postures, but every speech can be improved, as we Toastmaster says, with the good suggestions. So as I observe, I have only one suggestion for you to improve the speech. What I could not hear in your speech, that is, you could have differentiate, you could have conveyed the message, some your experience of performance before and after applying the mentor suggestions. That would have been more better. That would have more fine the speech. Nothing more silly. Otherwise, overall, you have delivered great speech, very well, with confidence. Good luck to you for your next speech. Back to our general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farshad. And now for our final evaluator, Toastmaster Alpesh, to evaluate Toastmaster Gopi. Toastmaster Alpesh, the mic is yours.
If you spread happiness, happiness will come to you. What a great message throughout the story, Toastmaster Gopi. You kept us engaged all the way to look at you for 5 to 7 minutes. Fellow Toastmaster and dear guests, good evening. First of all, many congratulations to Toastmaster Gopi for delivering such a compelling speech. And I saw improvement compared to your previous speech, and with that, you made the objective of your speech. Moving further, what I most like about your speech, the number one is content. You covered a lots of aspects of our routine life, and that was one of the great techniques to keep audience engaged when you are speaking. About delivery, your voice was clear, you appear confident and comfortable, and the most lovely thing is your smile, and that makes you a strong speaker, a confident speaker. No. Further, your expression, you have used a moderate level of expression, especially when you talk to doctor, and that was adding some more value to your speech. Moving further, about narrating your story or narrating your speech, you concluded your speech with a very good, not one or two, 5 messages, and you call for action. Everyone in this screen, it is applicable to them, and that's where everyone was engaged to see you. For a speaker of your caliber, now I have 2 suggestions. Number one is, I saw a flat pace at some places in your speech. if I would have been there, I could have made it more stronger by modulation of my voice. For example, you said that, good evening, Toastmaster, dear guest. In that, you could have said, fellow Toastmaster, dear guest, good evening. So raise your voice when you think that you can attend or get more attention from audience. Number two is use of virtual stage. I saw you came forward and went backward, but you could have used it left and right little more, especially make a strategic move based on different variation in your speech content. All in all, it was a great speech, a compelling message, very well delivered, use of moderate level of use of expression, and your voice was very clear. And the most important thing is a great message at the end of story. And with that, we all learned something from your speech, and it was a pleasure seeing you on the screen. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, our fourth evaluator, Toastmaster Alpesh. We witnessed today 4 excellent speeches with 4 excellent evaluations. I can truly say none were shilly-shally. They all put all their efforts into their speeches and into their evaluations. So all 8 of them deserve a big round of applause. Well done to all 4 speakers and 4 evaluators. Can I ask the timer to give us the report for the evaluators, and then maybe, Mr. President, you can run the polls for all 3 roles. Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, the mic is yours.
Yes. General evaluator. The time for evaluation, we have Toastmaster Abderrahman Nawrouz, 3 minutes 29 seconds, and Toastmaster Saeed Reza, 2 minutes 3 seconds, and Toastmaster BK Parashad, 2 minutes 24 seconds, and Toastmaster Alpesh, 3 minutes 19 seconds. All qualified. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you to our timer, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis. Let me start my evaluation by evaluating your role. You did an excellent summation of your role at the beginning, clearly explaining the timings and how they'll be done, and you were listening carefully throughout and did the timing excellently. Well done, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis. Let us go to all the roles. Our Sergeant at Arms, as usual, started the meeting with great energy. Unfortunately, you started 2 minutes late. You, as Sergeant at Arms, should strive to push the President to start the meeting on time, every meeting. So I urge you, I know that the President has to give you the go-ahead, but you can always, as Sergeant at Arms, keep pointing to him, 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go, to push him to start the meeting on time. We all always strive to start on time. So let's keep this habit of starting our meetings on time. Well done, Sergeant at Arms. After that, we had an excellent shake moment delivered by a fresh Toastmaster, Toastmaster Lulwa. Even though this was your first official role, you did an excellent job with a lot of great information in it. It is the time of rain, and we should take care while driving in rain, because some people, I don't know how they do it, but you go outside and you see them, yet they drive in rain as if it's just another day. And that makes us all prone to accident. So we should take care when driving in rain. And thank you, Toastmaster Lulwa, for that great message. Big round of applause to you. What can I say about our grammarian? DTM, and shortly will be another DTM, Khalid Abdullah. A great word, shilly shally, and I'm sure we'll be. I'm just taking the poll out of my screen to see you while I'm doing your evaluation. It was a great word. I'm sure all the members had fun using it, and we're looking forward to hearing your report now. The mic is yours, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Walid Asman. Good evening once again. Thank you so much, everyone, for using the word shilly-shally, but not acting on it. And let me show my report. These are the usage of the word of the day. And as you can see, the master of using the word, but definitely not the master of being shilly-shally, is DTM Walid Asman. Thank you so much for everyone else as well who used the word of the day. Good usage. There were lots of nice phrases that I heard. And first one was said by our president: understanding comes through communication, and through communication, we find the way to peace. Oh, I thought that was nice. Mentors make us move from being impossible to possible. That was also strong. If you don't think of yourself, someone, that's not something, someone else would think for you. The success or failure will depend on the thoughts in your mind. The beauty of Toastmasters is that mentors are everywhere. This is very true. The ripple still lasting, or ripples still lasting. That I felt also nice from Toastmaster Fatima. Pat on your back. Appreciate yourself every day. Our life is made of little events. I got over the shilly-shally. And I'm assuming our master of ceremonies will smile now. Or evaluator, no, evaluator was evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Walid Asman. And I was observing very closely to finding grammar mistakes. Guess what? I found none. Thank you so much, everyone. And over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Walid Asman.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, and he deserves a big round of applause for that detailed report. That's a great way to show future grammarians what needs to be done. Now we come to our president. As usual, an inspiring speech by Yarhamkallah. Even though we didn't hear it, we saw it. A great message from our president to mention our members' success in last weekend's Area 14 contests. The members worked hard to participate in that contest. Also, our members worked hard to organize that contest. We have the area director, Toastmaster Abdul Hadi Al-Attar, with us, who organized that event and made it a success. I have one comment, Toastmaster Muhammad. I wish that you have mentioned the winners so that they are appreciated by everyone, and so that all our members know who they are and know that they will be participating in the Division D contest planned to be held on the 24th or 25th, I forgot, of March. So please mark your calendars. It's the Friday, so it's either 24th or 25th. See what's Friday date is in March. And please make the effort to attend that contest, because your attendance will encourage the contestants participating. You will show your support to our members. So thank you, President, for the encouraging words, and well done for you and all the members in the Area 14 contest. So they all deserve from us a big round of applause. Now let's hear from our counter, Toastmaster Habib Ramadan, and see how well we did. Toastmaster Habib, the mic is yours.
Thank you, BTM Walid Atman. We have the speakers, Brahma Kumocho, that he has got 3 R and 1 and Will 1, so 9, okay, and 1 but. The second speaker was the Toastmaster O'Day has got 4 so and 1 but. The third one, the Toastmaster Fatima Hussein has got 2 so and 1 repetitive word, which is mentors. And then Toastmaster Gobi has got 2 and 1 2 well and 3 so, and he ended up with 1 but. And for the evaluator as well, we have Toastmaster Abdul Nouruz. He did perfect, nothing repetitive and nothing from our counter. Arpish, we have 2 R, and Dr. Said Raza has got 3 so and 1 repetitive word, which is called and, 2 times. Then Prashar 1, Toastmaster Prashar. PK Prashar 1 R and 1 will, 2 so, 1 and 1 but. That's it. Back to you to BTM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Habib. Excellent report and an excellent job. Well done. And you explained your role very clearly at the beginning, and you gave us an excellent report at the end. Big round of applause for, and thank you for taking this role on the spot. And now let's hear from our listener, Toastmaster Haneen, and let's see what phrases she has for us. Toastmaster Haneen, the mic is yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I've prepared a few questions to see if everyone was listening. And these questions are mainly from the speeches that have been prepared today and from the MC and evaluators. So my first question is, in which month was New Year's celebrated first?
Yes.
In April.
April Fools.
In April.
The MC said March.
He said end of March.
Yeah, the MC said end of March. That's correct. Another question is, what is Brahma's New Year resolution?
No resolution.
Not to
Exactly.
He did not do.
Yeah. Who's the speaker who said that thought is first created in our mind?
Uday.
Yeah, that's correct. Who's Toastmaster Fatma's best evaluator?
Herself.
Mentees. Yep, that's correct. And last but not least, I'd like you to fill in the blank. So people like to know what you can. This is by Parashar.
Yeah.
So I could repeat it again. People would like to know what you can.
How much you care. They don't like to know how much you know, but they like to know how much you care.
Sorry, I'm a bad listener. That's it from my side. Back to you, Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Haneen, for a job well done in listening throughout the meeting and giving us a lot of great quotes and lines to remember at the end. Thank you for being the listener in this meeting. Table topic master, Toastmaster Ranjit, what can I say about you? An excellent way to run table topics. And you came up with very good questions that allowed people to take that question and talk about it. And this is the great mark of a table topic master. The essence of the table topic master is to allow the table topic commentator to speak about the topic that they give them. So your topics were very clear, very short and precise, that allowed all three commentators to just take them and go with them. I wish that we had more time to hear more questions, but you had a lot on that screen. We'll never get to 9. Anyway, well done, and thank you for all your efforts. Well done for you and the table topic commentators. Now, have we covered all the role takers? No, we haven't. We've left the person, the captain of the ship,
MC,
the master of ceremony, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur, to the end, because he is the captain of the ship. And he had an excellent theme to run with, New Year. But I wish, Toastmaster Hassan, that you have sent those questions out earlier for the members and role takers to send you their comments, and for you then to mention what they've told you, because you did a great job in asking them the question, but what that did, it added more time to the meeting. We started 2 minutes late, but by the time my role came, which should have been at 8:15, I received my role at 8:33. So we were 18 minutes behind schedule. And I believe we were behind schedule because a lot of the role takers took their time explaining their New Year resolution and then what they do on the. It's a great way to do it, but please note that it will take time. And you, as the captain of the ship, should control that. When you see the time slipping, you should find other ways to cut down on some of the comments, or to cut down on some of the role takers and just tell them to brief. All in all, you ran this session greatly. You introduced all the role takers beautifully. But the one improvement that I think you should have in your role is to manage the time better. Even though I blame the Sergeant at Arms for starting the meetings 2 minutes late, then I'll have to put the blame on you, Master of Ceremony, for getting it 16 minutes later than when the Sergeant at Arms started it. All in all, we are here to learn and improve. So that's a point of improvement. Thank you very much, Toastmasters. As a general comment, I don't have much. We have mastered the virtual meetings and all the roles are now controlled. I only have 2 general comments to make. One, for the mentors. Please, as mentors, ensure that you follow up with your mentees. For whatever role they take, they need your support, they need your advice. No matter how big or how small the role that they are taking, you should be advising them on how to do that role best. And the second comment is for the mentees. Please ensure that you use your mentors. If they don't contact you, you contact them. You heard Toastmaster Fatma talking about nagging. Nagging is a good quality in Toastmasters, because by nagging, you get what you need and what you deserve. Don't let your mentors get away with it. If they are not giving you the advice you need, keep on nagging them until they give you what you need and deserve. With that, I thank you all and hand back to our MC, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Back to you, Toastmaster Hassan.
Thank you very much, BTM Walid. And now it's time to announce the awards.
We'll start with the evaluator, then table topics, then guest speaker.
Yes, our best evaluator tonight is Toastmaster Abdulrahman Nawrouz. Now, table to pick. Winner is Toastmaster Ahmed Jabir.
يستاهل يستاهل
Well done, well
عطوه
done.
يستاهل.
We know next year's table topic champion in the club.
Best speaker.
Now, best speaker goes for Toastmaster Fatma Hussein. Thank you very much. And now I handle the presentation or the meeting to our president, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur, our master of ceremonies. Well, we came to the end of this meeting, but before we adjourn, we would like to see your faces and take a group photo. So whoever has his camera switched off and is able to switch it on, now it's time to see you all. Our VPPR, Toastmaster Said Mahmoud, are you there? I'm
He
not
slept,
sure.
He
I'm not
doesn't
sure
have his
he's
camera
there.
on.
All right, if he's
BTM
not
Khalid,
there.
BTM Khalid, it's up to you.
All right, on mobile, someone else take it, please. So we say 1, 2, 3, say cheese and look at the camera. That's the first photo. Now, since Toastmaster
Where is the
Abdulrahman
cake,
changed the
Abdul
background, so
Where is
yeah,
the
he's
cake? We need
another
the cake.
shot. Cheese.
لحظة لحظة it should be with the cake لا.
لحظة he needs the cake.
يلا go ahead with the cake. أعطى cake يستاهل.
Oh, third and last time, say cheese. Yes. We took 3 photos. So thanks a lot for attending the first meeting of 2022 and looking forward for great meetings in this year. And of course, we would like to hear from our guests at the end of the meeting, but I will call the meeting adjourned first, and then we will have your comments. So with this, I call meeting number 353 adjourned.